Welcome, guys, to the show. It's unfortunately this is going to probably be a short one, about a half an hour, give or take, and I'm going to call it a special. It is episode 20, but Vic is having technical difficulties.
Poor Vic.
So we'll call the show Technical Difficulties. And I have my friend Tass on the show this week. And I thought we would just do a small segment on collecting and how to get started, because she's going to start collecting. I mean, she collected some figures and some other stuff. But
I'm more of a Power Ranger than this is my first time with the actual statues, so. But, you know.
So I figured I'd give out some tips, and this way we have an episode this week. So basically, my first tip to anybody who wants to get started into collecting is room. Think of the space you have and what can you fit. Because if you go quarter scale like I do, obviously you can see this stuff takes up a lot of space. So, and they're quite expensive. So my first tip would probably be check your space and your budget and see what works. Because you may just want to go at 1/6 scale, like Bowen stuff, Kotobukiya, Atticus, and stuff like that, as number one, they'll keep your budget down, and number two, a lot more space.
Yeah, but some of your busts are actually pretty big, so if you get like the room and somehow go to smaller statue, even like with your White Queen over here, the bust is like this big. So even with the bust,
no, I'm not. What I'm not saying is bust in particular, but this.
Okay,
like he's 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
Versus 1/4 scale.
This woolly mammoth of apocalypse over here.
So you're looking at basically 12 inches versus 24, 36, and so on and so forth per piece.
Okay.
So number one, definitely, I would say space. And two would be, as I said, price. See what your price range is. Because obviously you don't want to stretch yourself thin, have to live on credit and all kinds of other crazy shit just to do collecting.
Yep.
So those would be my first two tips. Third, look around. The last thing you want to do is go to a shop, look on eBay, whatever the case may be, and jump on the first piece you see. Because that's a big mistake a lot of people make, and you're going to spend a lot more money than you need to. A lot of my pieces are very expensive pieces, hard to come by, but for the most part, rarely on any of them have I paid more than they cost when they first came out. And that's simply because I look around. I don't jump on the first thing, and hell, if it takes me a year to find the piece at the price I want, I'm willing to wait that year. So definitely look around. Time shouldn't be of an issue, so don't rush into a piece. And, you know,
with Sideshow, like say for instance you're starting up, because I originally started with I was gonna buy the Commander Shepard piece. Is there any way like that you can like do different like payment, you know what I'm saying? Like one payment would be like 69, other payments would be 50, one can be 100. Can you change your payment?
No, there's no way to do that, but that was going to be my next tip, is find a company like a Sideshow that'll let you make payments on a statue. Now, Sideshow, what's cool about them is it's not too bad. Like, you'll have your non-refundable deposit, which is usually around $40. Depends on the piece. But 30 to 40, if it's a really expensive piece, it might be 50, 60. I've even seen them up to a couple of hundred. But that's usually for a legendary scale or bigger. And they have affordable, because you can pick, do you want to make 8 monthly payments, 6, 4, so you could choose that, and that'll determine how much it is per month.
Okay.
And I personally try to stretch it the max so that I could pay the least amount of payment per month.
So that means you would get your statue And more time,
as soon
less
as the
time.
payment is done, the final payment, you'll get your statue.
Okay, cool.
Now, also, usually what Sideshow will do is they'll tailor the payments to when the piece is going to release so that you have that big window of time. So even if you pay it off right before, they hold that last payment until it's ready to ship.
Okay. Does Gentle Giant have that same?
That I'm not sure of, because the only Gentle Giant piece I have, I bought through eBay, and that's my baby doll. So I don't know how theirs works. I know Pop Culture Shock does payments. They only give you 3, and you can work that out with them. I'm not sure about. Oh, Hollywood Collectibles also does payments, although their stuff. I like their props more than their statues. They do very good work on movie props. But I
know I want to get that little flashy thing from MLB. When they put the gloves on.
Like I have the Resident Evil T-Virus.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's cool. But they do payments as well, so that's another tip for you guys. Try to find someone who does payments, so you don't have to, put out that big shot of money in one lump. They'll also, the more they get to know you and you show you pay on time, the more they'll let you order on plans. So, like for instance, I personally, I believe, have 15 ordered, but do what you can. But and also don't overdo it, because they'll let you pick to pay on the 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, and the 25th of the month.
That's cool.
So if you're going to do one, let's say you're going to try to make payments on multiples, try to do like the 5th and maybe the 25th, so you have some space between the payments being due. So that's another good tip. Lighting, that's another good one. If you're going to display your stuff, how are you going to light it up? Because, the lighting in your room does only so much. I like to go with LED lights because, first of all, they won't harm your paint because they don't have UV, and also they're very bright, and that's what I use in my cabinets.
So you mean tell me that UV like dulls the paint on the statues? Really?
Hence why you never see me open my blinds in my room, because the light will actually fade the paint on the statue.
Wow. I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah, so that's another good tip. Watch what kind of lighting you use.
Wow.
And
I'd be mad as hell if we can pay, we all know what these statues are. I'm not going to throw a price on it, but say, we pay these expensive prices and you put them out and the sun just warps them and you're just like, what happened? The Hulk is now purple instead of green.
Yeah, exactly. Or he's faded.
Yeah. He's gray. I mean, there is a gray Hulk.
So you want to watch that. And also with puck lights, which is what I use, the LED pucks, I mount mine with screws. A lot of people like to use Velcro or double-sided sticky tape. But let's face it, if that tape goes and that light falls, there's a good chance it's breaking your statue. So secure it as best as possible. You don't want some stupid accident like that happening. Also, make sure if you're doing shelves like I did, that they're bolted into the studs, because we're talking about a lot of weight. These statues weigh a good, I'd say on average, 15 to 40 or 50 pounds a piece. That's, if you're trying to hold something on your wall with wall anchors, it's not going to cut it. So bolt them bad boys into your studs. Yeah, all you need is to wake up and what the heck? Everything's on the floor.
Exactly.
If you're going to go with IKEA, I suggest Bestas. That's what those cabinets behind me are. They work well for premium formats. If you're going to go with anything smaller, like 1/6 scale, then I definitely suggest doing a DTOF, because they're fully glass all around. They're much more affordable, and they are the perfect size for doing 1/6 scale.
1/6 scale.
But 1/4, they don't work too well because you're going to have to take the shelf out. Although there are videos, so check them out on YouTube and I believe Facebook, of guys that have altered their DTOFs with these special bolt things that they use them for fishing on boats or something, and you can actually change it to give you different amounts of space so that you can put 1/4 scale in there. But definitely check those videos out. If I knew them offhand without searching, I'd put the links in the video, but I don't. So just type in like altering DTOFs. You should be able to find a video on how to do it. And they do a lot of quality work. And I suggest if you're doing a DTOF, because you're going to want to light it. Now with the Bestas, they're black backs or white, whatever color Bestas you get. So it's easy. You drill a hole, you put the wires in, and you're done. But with the other ones, they're glass, so unless you put some sort of backing onto your DTOF, you're going to see the wire running down. And that doesn't look the greatest. So either try to run it in the corner or put a backer. I suggest a backer. You can get a really cool picture, blow it up, and put it behind the statue. That looks sharp. There's a lot of ideas. That's something I've even thought about doing with my Bestas. Is like getting some of the prints that you see at the Comic Cons and then putting them behind there.
Comic Con, yes. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's an awesome thing. We are going together as well as a lot of the guys from YouTube that live in this area. We're all going up together, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Hit me up, any of you guys, if you're going to New York Comic Con. What we're going to try to do is plan a meetup where at a certain time we'll all meet at a certain spot so we can all get to know each other.
Yeah, it's my first Comic Con. I've been to Wizard World and Otakon and MegaCon and all that, but like this is my first Comic Con. It's like every year I try to go, it's like sold out. So.
Yeah, this year I got them really early, so.
Heck yeah, 4 days.
Everything's good.
All 4 days.
Actually, I should bring that shield to have Stanley autograph it. Possible idea right there. Yes, he is going to be there. That's your tip.
I'm just bugged out because for those of you who don't know, I'm a big Power Ranger fan, and Jason David Frank is going to be there. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's the original Green Ranger and the White Ranger and the Red Ranger. The guy with the ponytail. It's kind of cut off now, but he's freaking awesome, and I'm really hyped about meeting him. And Stan Lee's going to be there. It's just ridiculous. It's just, and the names keep.
Yeah, plus it's awesome because, like you're saying, every day you're getting like a new inbox. This person
going.
Joined on. This one joined on. So
Wonder Woman, Sega.
A lot of awesome people are coming. And also for you guys that are gamers, because most of the guys know I'm also a gamer, and so is Taz. And there's going to be a lot of video games at Comic-Con. All the big companies are there, Nintendo, Sega, Microsoft, Sony, they'll all be there showing off their newest games, Ubisoft, everybody. And there's going to be a lot of cool stuff, a lot of giveaways they do just in games. Like the one year I went, I got tons of T-shirts. I got a tie, from the tie that he wears in Hitman. They gave that out. They give a lot of cool stuff, figures, lanyards, keychains.
Yeah.
And you get to preview the games and play them before anyone else.
That sounds like
that's a real good plus.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good.
Maybe we'll get to see a new Halo, or something.
Hopefully, or a Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm big on the Mass Effect series. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking about getting Commander Shepard from Sideshow.
And
so hopefully,
I heard some rumors that we might see some more gaming statues from Sideshow. I've also heard of a Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, I hope like Liara Sassoni, everybody, like you say, you like when the female characters are really, sexy, whatever. Liara Sassoni, if you ask me, she's the sexiest alien I've ever seen. I don't know if have you?
And I would love. No, I just started, but yeah. I would love to see also a Cortana from Halo.
Yeah. That'd be great, but how would they do that? Like, you would have to be like
It would have to
holographic,
be like,
like a
yeah,
bluish,
like a hollow opening
yeah,
into
into like a bluish, like
clearish
clearish,
statue.
yeah. That'd be awesome, like a blue light through the middle,
So
something like that.
they could pull it off.
Yeah.
They pull.
Then you got Marcus Phoenix.
But then the problem is, then I'll be like, damn, why didn't I get that Master Chief quarter scale?
Well, then again,
I have a Master Chief.
Yeah, she might not be as big as.
I have a 1/6 scale.
Yeah, so it would be bad if she's not.
My Marcus Phoenix is also 1/6, but we'll see. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff in gaming. Like, I've just found out they had a Watch Dogs, which I was pissed because when I ordered it, they told me there wasn't a collector's edition, and now I found out there was.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have to go chase down one of those.
What does it come with?
It's a statue of the character.
Of Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden Pierce. So that'll be nice because I have the one from Infamous, Cole, and I also, there's quite a few of them I want to pick up. They're about 1/10 scale, I believe. But they look really nice. The
one from Street
Fighter. Like, I have the Lara
right?
Croft up there from the new Tomb Raider. I have Alice from American McGee's Alice. I have a couple of them, and I'd like to get a few more. Also, they have a nice one of course I'm going to forget his name, but the character from Connor from Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay.
And it has him like on the mountaintop with the American flag.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even play that one. I'm thinking like when I think of Assassin's Creed, I think of like Enzo,
Ezio,
you know what I'm saying? Altair. That's who I think, because I kind of lost interest in the game after the second one. Oh, no,
they're cool. I love the new one, too, because he's a pirate now, and come on, who doesn't like pirates?
Me? No, I'm joking.
No, come on.
I don't know.
You are a pirate. Yo, hold it. All right, so I love pirates, so I thought he was a cool character. It's wild how you could sail a ship and engage in these big naval battles.
Like Rise of the Sun of Rome, but that's Xbox.
Oh, yeah, that's the one game that has me wanting an Xbox One right now. I mean, granted, when Fable comes out and Halo and Gears, I'm going to want them for that. But right now, it's Rise that has my attention.
That's what got me instantly when I saw, like, I'm already an Xbox head anyway, but when I saw Rise, I was just like, oh my god. Like, being able to become a Spartan for like a couple minutes.
And what I'm really excited about, guys, right now with Sony, for that matter, is we are finally getting The Last of Us on the PS4.
Well, it's about time.
So I can't wait. I've been dying to play that game, but I refuse to play it on the PS3 because it's graphically, it is made for the PS4, and it's going to look so much better. So I'm waiting on that. That's a statue I would have loved to have gotten, but right now it's a bit pricey, and it has Ella and the dude from the game together on it.
Well, didn't Sideshow make one from God of War? I heard that he...
Yes, they just put out a new God of War Kratos statue.
Yeah, I heard that.
I kind of like it. I'm on the fence because I have so much crap ordered, and then it comes again with the tip of space. You get to a point where it's like, holy shit, where am I putting this stuff?
I just really I don't really like the God of War series, so that's the only reason why. But the Kratos looks badass. So.
Yeah, Kratos is one of the coolest characters.
Like, I look at a lot of statues, but I haven't made my decision yet because I haven't decided what I want it to be, my exact first statue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still haven't decided, but I'll look around. I haven't. I mean, I'm pretty sure all collectors can think back to like their first statue and how ecstatic they were in getting it when it first came in the mail. So you have to make sure that it has some type of significance to you, and not because you're getting it just because it's cheap.
Yeah, I know mine, and sadly it will not be with the collection much longer, as it's a deal I've made with another great YouTuber, my man Vic. But we're working out something, so I won't have my first piece anymore. But otherwise, yeah, it's one piece you usually don't forget. But I got that a long time ago. And then
Was that the
I don't want to mention it
Okay,
until
okay,
he
okay.
has it so he could show it in his new
Oh, okay,
video.
okay.
But, you know, this happens. That's another good thing, and it brings up another tip. Trading. If you down the line you have a piece, maybe you change the direction of your collection like I did. I started with movie memorabilia, and I decided later on that I wanted to go back to my roots because when I was younger I collected comic book statues as well as comics. I never got rid of my comics. That's the one collection I have that's bigger than my statues, and they're all still with me. I'll never get rid of them. But I wanted to go back to my roots, so I shifted over to comic book statues. And my first sideshow comic book statue is right up there. It's the Joker. He's the one that started it all for me.
Nice.
And so I've started to get away from the movie stuff. Now, of course, I'll never get rid of Natiri. I love that piece, and it's one of my favorite movies. So she'll never go. There's a few movie pieces on that I won't get rid of, but there's, you know,
Sorry,
most of them are gone now. So, but I think after this next trade, I think I've gotten rid of pretty much anything I would get rid of.
Yeah, but I mean, well,
other than some of my 1/6 scale stuff, which I will post later on Facebook and YouTube, what I'm getting rid of because I'm going. I only get certain characters now in 1/6 scale, whatever they don't make or probably won't make in quarter scale, and because I have certain spaces like above my best is where I can't fit any more quarter because they're too tall. So 1/6 fits perfectly up there. But I'm doing whatever I can to make room for more quarter scale stuff. But eventually you will run out of space and that becomes an issue. So then you got to start storing this stuff. And I don't know, you know, a lot of collectors, I do know quite a few who keep their stuff in the box, but to me it's hard because I get a piece, I'm excited, you know. I can't wait to open it, do a review, and then put it on display. And I want to look at it every day. I don't want to have it in a box where I'm like, all right, I'm looking at cardboard. It looks great.
But doesn't that lose value, though, if you take it out of the box?
No. See, with statues, that's the difference. As long as you keep the box, you're not losing value.
Okay.
You really don't want to throw away your boxes. Now, that's another tip. Thank you, Tess, because she brought this up. Space for your boxes. Now, if you're lucky to have a house, you have an attic like I do, even that gets filled. But if you don't, it becomes very tough because these boxes are big, sometimes bigger than the statues most of the time. And it's like, where do I put them? So I know there are collectors that throw them away and destroy them, but like she said, that's going to take away from your value. And if you ever try to sell them, it makes it very hard to ship them because there's no secure way without the original packaging material. And also, not only the box itself, but the brown, when you talk in Sideshow, the brown shipper box that it comes in, because it says Sideshow and what piece, that also is part of the value of your statue.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I wouldn't have thought that. I thought that the brown casing doesn't matter. It just shipped out. I thought the box itself with the back.
There's a lot of collectors that won't even buy a piece unless you have the shipper. Wow. I'm not one of them. I don't care. If I could get a good deal, I don't give a shit if it has a box. But the point is, there are collectors that do care about it, and that's something to keep in mind. And again, also space for said boxes. And, you know, it's another thing because you got heat. That becomes a factor. Not a big factor with statues, but it's a factor with certain things. Like, especially games, if you collect games, heat can fuck them up. Mess with the circuit boards, melt shit. You don't want that kind of crap.
Games.
So, that's another tip. And all around, collect what you like. That's going to be my ultimate tip. Because one of the things that I see with this hobby is a lot of bickering. My statue's better than yours. My collection's better than yours. That's a line of crap. Everyone collects different stuff. Something that I may like, you may not like. There's a lot of pieces that I have in my collection that were pieces that people bashed because they just didn't like how they looked in pictures. And I took a chance on them because they were characters I liked and the pieces were the right price. And when I got them in person, amazing pieces, and I'm super happy with them. And it just shows. Beauty, like they always say, is in the eye of the beholder. And with statues, do not trust pictures. They look a hell of a lot better, guys, in person than they do being filmed. And like for one, I could tell you a lot of people used to bash the Electra comiquette. I think it's amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's the sculpt on it's beautiful. The face is beautiful. Everything about it's amazing.
And she has a great ass.
But all sideshow pieces do. But the thing is that, you know, people judged it off of photos, and photos a lot of times just don't do these pieces credit.
Yeah.
You know, there's quite a few that I own that were on the iffy list, but when I got them, I was super happy, and I'd never get rid of them.
Yes, I wouldn't know because I'm still just starting and getting into it.
And
so
again, don't rush it, guys. When you start this great hobby, start your piece, start your collection. Don't try to be like, oh, you know, all these guys out here got huge collections. No, we've been collecting for a long time, guys. This shit doesn't happen overnight. And if you try to make it happen overnight, I promise you're going to go broke. And you're going to go broke quick. So enjoy the hobby, enjoy the time it takes to collect, and the joy of getting those pieces, whether they're in the mail, whether they're from the local shop, wherever you might get them. When they come in and you tear that bitch open, you know what it's like. You get that we call it the new statue smell. You know, it's amazing. You crack that piece open. Yeah, there is a crazy ass video about that.
People lick statues?
Just ask Vic. Worse. Ask Vic. He's actually posted one of them. It's a disgusting video. But besides the point, people do strange shit, and yes, that will ruin your paint job on your statue.
I don't want to know.
So be careful.
Do I want to know?
And probably not. And just next time you see Vic, ask him about General Grievous. That's the hint, because the video is the General Grievous. But it's an inside joke with Vic.
Vic will know.
But it's sad that we couldn't have him on the show tonight, but things happen here in Jersey and New York and so on and so forth.
It's raining.
Bad storms, major thunder and lightning.
Yeah,
basically,
really
his internet was down. So
yeah, this one went to go open the pool this morning.
Yes, if you want, check out Tessa's Facebook channel. There is an extremely funny video of me in the pool during the pouring rain.
I'm like, I told him it was going to rain. He's like, no, it's not. It's nice out.
It was a flash downpour in the middle of me swimming.
Oh, man.
So it's a pretty funny video. But,
yeah, I think I'm going to put it on YouTube. I think I got to get back out there.
So basically, those are my tips. And collect what you're into, because, guys, there's everything. They have movie stuff. They have comic stuff. They have video game stuff.
Power Ranger stuff.
Yeah.
That's me.
Again, TV shows that'll cover that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there is so much to collect out there. But do it in your means. Do it in your time frame. and get that stuff that makes you happy. Those are my biggest tips. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about who's got the bigger collection.
Exactly, be you.
Just be you and enjoy what you like doing. So, guys, I think we're going to call today's show a success. We miss you, Vic, but things happen. Hopefully, everything will be good for tomorrow's show. I believe so, because the weather should be good tomorrow. And
no, it's going to rain tomorrow, too.
Yeah, wonderful. The story of my life, guys.
It's going to rain
Whenever
tomorrow,
I
too.
have a nice day off,
it rains.
The only thing that will brighten up a rainy day, Spider-Man's supposed to come in the mail.
That works.
So that'll brighten up the day. Hopefully someone will be answer the door when my peas come. So hopefully everything will be great. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I see we have some viewers, and I thank everybody who views the show. And we love the support. You know, feel free if you want to be on the show. We have guests. We try to have them every at least 2 or 3 times out of the month on this show with Vic. And then the show tomorrow, the Collectors Chat. Everybody is welcome to that. And guys, look, it doesn't matter what you collect, because we talk pop culture. So we talk gaming, we talk movies, and we talk statues. And just bear with us, because the big thing with that the new guys have to get used to, and I'm going to warn you ahead of time, is everybody tends to get excited and tends to talk over each other. So if you're not used to that, it can irk you, but give it time, you will get accustomed to it. And it's a lot of fun. As you can see, we're always laughing and having a ball. So
very true.
It's a great show. Feel free to join in. Make sure you're in me and Vic's circles, because when we do the show, if you're not in our circles, it's hard to invite you in. And I think it takes roughly a day before to let us add you. So I'm pretty sure Vic is hosting the show this week. I will let you know, but I think it's him. But no matter what, it'll be tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Show's roughly an hour or so, so about 11:30 it ends. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's show. This is HeroStatueCollector Lou and
Ranger Black, Tess Roden,
signing out. Peace.